Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on Blogger as an archive post thing, and for access support also on Patreon. And I keep some updates here and there on the Twitter X thingy there. Later today, I will be able to go around and publish a Prey episode. It's Monday, so it's time for a Prey episode. Yeah, it's been a decent weekend. I managed to stream Saturday and yesterday some Elden Ring, even though I had some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if because the game is recent or something like that. I had two issues in both streams, but yesterday it was like codec overload, or whatever it was. In terms of error, just shut down my computer basically. I almost had to restart the PC. Yeah, but I think it's that issue is mainly because I'm doing the live stream. It uses hardware acceleration to AV1 from the 7900 XTX that I have from my GPU, and then I'm recording on a separate software, which I think the settings is still using also hardware acceleration to encode the footage that I record. So that's why I think it after a while it just went overload. I will tweak around during this week to see if I can manage to do something that avoids that situation of a codec overload, because that is very, very tricky to deal with, because sometimes the game crashes after a while if you play too much or something like that. I can even accept that from time to time, and it's easy to just restart the game. But yesterday I spent like 10 minutes just trying even to check the task manager and everything, and then trying to figure out to reboot the OBS and the thing, because it just shut down my stream and everything. I will see what kind of settings I will have to do, because my plan is again continue to make the stream and record that live stream, so that I can push the VOD episode there of the game captured, edit out of the breaks and everything. It is my intention, and I will manage to get around and do things like that. Or maybe I'll have to. One of the possibilities, maybe I might have to lower a little bit the stream quality, like to 1440p. But if I'm going to lower the quality of the stream, I might be only just stream the game footage, the game capture of the footage. I don't know. I'm still thinking a little bit about it. I will see what kind of things I will do. In the meantime, if I have any kind of slot available during the week, again, please pay attention to my Twitter, because usually if I have, it's just at that moment I will know. I cannot make any kind of announcements beforehand to that. And regarding those live streams, in the meantime, I just managed to edit the first Elden Ring episode. It will appear here. This will change to Death Stranding VOD kind of a thing here, and then it will appear the Elden Ring ones. But yeah, basically in terms of updates, what happened during the weekend, basically that's it. Again, I will go around. Again, I never did this kind of consistent live stream thing, so it's all new to me. But again, at least the VODs so far are pretty good in terms of quality, so that's what matters. Let's go to the news. Not much happening, but some interesting stuff has really happened, especially from Gigabyte GPU stuff, mainly the PCB design for the 4080s and 4090s. I think I covered this, the fact that the PCB has been cracking a lot on these GPUs, basically near or on the slot here. Again, even though they are pretty thick PCBs, they just the fact that the goddamn GPUs are heavy like shit. it tends to crack, and when it cracks in these specific zones here, you have a lot of traces from the boards that get interrupted, and then of course the GPUs stop working. But yeah, bad design overall, in the sense that putting GPUs this heavy in this kind of stress area here, and especially on the border of the GPU, the border of the GPU, it's not a good thing. But the main thing is the fact that they basically didn't recognize that this was like bad design or bad reinforcement of this area, and this is like photos from RMAs with the arrows telling this is basically user error. But in the meantime, they just redesign and reinforce the PCBs in this area. Again, this gives me the sense that they just didn't want to take responsibility of the fact that it was a bad design by itself. Again, this kind of cracks on the PCBs usually can be fixed, but it's very expensive, and it's not always 100% sure that it can be fixed, mainly because you have to basically trim down the PCB itself and then reconnect the traces. It's a huge amount of work, and it's not 100% reliable work. Even like a high-end professional trying to do this job doesn't mean that the fact that it proceeds to the job, that it's going to be 100% successful right here. Yeah, but as you can see, the redesign here, you get a huge gap here, which leaves this part here in more stress, the one that usually where appears the cracks, and now here it seems a little bit more reinforced, even though yeah, it doesn't give me a lot of more confidence, mainly because of the coolers. They are too heavy. That's why they usually tend to crack a little bit, and if you woggle a little bit, or if you move around too much the GPUs, usually as an avoidance for this kind of situations, a bracket support, it's very well recommended on the high end or on the other side of the GPU, so it maintains a certain level of stability and it doesn't bend with the weight of the cooler, and usually it's what is recommended. But yeah, not everybody has the possibility, or they easily forget. But yeah, on this new 4080 Supers, and I think, I'm not sure when it comes in terms of the 4090s, when it comes to this revision here. But yeah, it tells us that they just didn't care too much regarding this situation. At least that's my perception here. But yeah, now they are revised. So you're looking and you get thinking about getting a Gigabyte in this day and age, just pay attention if the newer cards basically have this kind of reinforcement design here on the PCB here, near where the break on the PCI lanes are. So pay attention. Maybe it's a better option for you. I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. And on the AMD front, regarding prices, we're still seeing some adjustments. This is in Germany. This is from Mind Factory. It's like the new WEG, the equivalent of new WEG on US market, and they lowered the 7800 XTs to 500 euros, and the 7900 XT, doesn't say here on the title, but it's the 7900 XT to $700, which comparatively with the old prices is a good discount. I think it's more in line now because yeah, in Germany all the prices have already the tax included, so basically it's a good price. Almost 100 euro discount, around 70 euro discount on the 7900 XT, which at this price is starting getting very attractive. And the fact that the 7800 XT, it's now a little bit almost also 70 euro discount. Okay, so it is basically 70 euro discount. It just got off the profit margin out of there. Yeah, seems a more interesting price for this the GPUs here. And the fact that even at the 7800 XT, it's like 50 euro below MSRP, which is excellent, because the MSRP of the 7800 XT was not that good to begin with. Yeah, we must see, we are starting to see this kind of change in Europe, which is not a huge good market at this moment in time, but the fact that they are willing, even with those conditions, lower the prices of the GPUs seems a good indication that we might see more movement around that. Again, that was my impression after the launches of all the super stuff there. Even though the 4080 Super on US market, all the MSRP GPUs were out. Again, this might be basically through high demand or low stock availability. I still don't know regarding that, but yeah, the fact that it launched, the 48 launched $1,000 MSRP, at least the base models, it sends like a signal that it will trickle down a lot of these GPUs in this price round, in the 600 700s. They will start to lower a little bit, and you will see some adjustments until the end of this month for sure. But yeah, now you might need to pay more attention and see if the GPU that you want will change their price or not. But yeah, we'll see more continuing trickle down here and there, some adjustments here and there. Basically, I assume in some of them $50, €50 movements on the high end to make it more competitive. But yeah, kind of good news because the prices are getting lower. Still, they could be better. Regarding gaming, we got one of the things that made Kojima return to the action espionage kind of a thing there, in the vein of Metal Gear Solid, of course. Has to do a little bit with an episode of during COVID, the pandemic. Mainly it's one of those things. Death Stranding is a very social game, and the fact that during the pandemic everybody was pretty much isolated, the same way to a certain degree that it was in Death Stranding, so everybody is isolated in their own little bunkers, and Sam, our main character, is the one that's reconnecting everybody, or try to reconnect everybody with each other. But yeah, during the pandemic, became sick to the point of needing surgery and feeling that he needed to make a will because he thought it was very, very, very bad, which basically made him kind of reassess a little bit his priorities. But yeah, the response is the quote here is well, first off, because I am the independent in the sense of making games. I wanted to do something with my own IP, so Death Stranding. Then to create a franchise, he is making Death Stranding 2, and then he wanted to do something even newer, so he started working on OD, which is like the horror game kind of a thing there, with a kind of cinematic approach. And then since then, there's a lot of new ideas. He's a very creative person. But yeah, but in the last 8 years, which is basically when he became independent of course, of Konami, every day on social media, from news on road, people, of course, the Metal Gear stuff and all like that. But in 2020, which was also during the pandemics, I was sick and isolated during all that event there. I even had surgery, and I thought I can't anymore. I was at the lowest. I was at my lowest, and I felt like I couldn't go back to making games. I wrote a will to, and in that moment I realized that people die. But I turned 60 last year, so he's not a youngster here, and I will turn 70 in 10 years. I hope to never retire. I hope that also. Having said that, if the users desired it so much, I thought I should change my priorities a bit. I still want to do new things, but I decided to make action espionage games. So it's basically a conjunction of a little bit of the demand of the fans of Kojima, and the fact that he does so well, and gives also some spice to the action espionage. This is also, if you think about it, this is a genre that is not very well explored. I think the thing that we had very similar was like the Sam Fisher games there, so the Splinter Cell games, and at least like AAA treatment and things like that, we don't see that much in terms of action espionage with like a globe trotting kind of a thing there. We don't see that much anymore. Even though it's an excellent way to go about games, because you can introduce a lot of mechanics, from stealth mechanics, from the immersiveness of the NPCs that are there, the enemies. If you played Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, you'll see how he was very creative with just having like two huge areas, two huge maps, and how the mission structure, the objectives, everything changed. And it's very interesting how he went about it. Even though, of course, you explore other parts of the maps, but the bread and butter of that game was very about trying to stealth around. Even though you could just go full on Rambo mode there. But yeah, it was very interesting, always very interesting how we went about it, the action espionage, because it's something that is not usually very well explored. Usually you only see like first person shooters, and sometimes you get ones that try to do some I don't know, stealthy games, but usually it doesn't work out that well. But yeah, the fact that it's a conjunction of the demand of people wanting something similar to, in the veins of Metal Gear Solid, and the fact that he reached the point that he thought, okay, I'm going to die one of these days, so I want to leave a mark for myself in terms of creative process and a creative, which in this case is a game, to make one of my own IPs as an action espionage thing there. But yeah, this is what we will get eventually. It's one of those things. I think it after OD, I think it's going to be his main focus. This Physint or not Physint. Still don't know how to pronounce this thing, but yeah. This is what we got from Kojima, one of the big things. It was revealed on the YouTube episodes. And then we got some light-hearted things here from Hogwarts celebrating the first anniversary. It came out on last year on February. And again, the 24 million units sold to date. At least that's the reported numbers from Warner Brothers Games. And some interesting stats here. Supposedly 40% of players surprisingly pick up Slytherin, 29 Gryffindor, and then 24 Hufflepuff and 17 Ravenclaw. Okay, this actually we don't even recognize too much this kind of two houses here, but yeah. Almost 1 million potions were crafted, more than 1 billion plants were harvested, and all that jazz. Merlin trials, again, I don't know what this is, but got magical beasts captured, dark wizards defeated, stealth attacks, spiders, trolls defeated. Got all these little things here. Got also some bloopers from the developer reel, which is also always a little bit funny to check out. But yeah, basically what I got here. Monday is always a slow day in terms of news. I'm just going to wrap up with some gaming deals. And on Steam we got Cyberpunk, which has also the Ultimate Edition, so 43% off on the Ultimate Edition. Again, I want to really play this game, especially now at this moment in time, which everything seems to be more smoothed out, and with a lot of content, and the fact that it's already the DLC included. We got also Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, the Ultimate Edition, basically it's more about skins from what I understand. But yeah, is 67% off. Got also Atomic Heart. You got the demo here to try out if you're not sure if it is something for you. I think the Premium Edition is the better one. At least I think it brings the gameplay DLC there. I think it's the Premium Edition, and all of them are 50% off, which is always good to see. We got also The Witcher, free Wild Hunt. Again, the way to go is the complete edition, 75% off, $12 give or so. So it's still a good price even after all these years. We got Death Stranding, Director's Cut. Again, I'm having a blast playing this game. And from time to time I will continue to do live streams of this game while I play it. So yeah, it's one of those, still after all this time it's still very good. We got also Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. It's 30% off. Again, this game came out August last year, so that's why it's still 30% off. But usually From Software games tend not to be on a deal for very long and during a lot of times during the year, so might as well take a shot if you really want to play this game and you didn't buy it yet. And also we got then something from my library, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Again, at this price point, it's a no-brainer. If you like Star Wars and if you want to have like a Souls-like feel, it's not really Souls-like, but it tries to be a little bit there. So far, the story seems pretty interesting. I'm following up on the story. I found it interesting, especially during the time period it is set on. But yeah, very interesting. And then we got Jedi Survivor. Again, I cannot vouch yet, even though I already bought the game. But yeah, afterwards, after I play Fallen Order, I will start on Jedi Survivor. So when I start playing it, I will give my impressions throughout the launches of the episodes. So I will keep you up to date if it's better, the same level or not than the Fallen Order. And lastly, from Steam, we got Control Ultimate Edition. Again, this is the version to buy, which has the DLC, playable DLC things there, and it's always usually 75% off, $10 or 10 euros. Usually it's that the price that it's set. On GOG, I managed to still have BioShock remastered versions, so the first and the second one. This one has all the DLC also. 75 the first, 85 the second one, and BioShock Infinite Complete Edition, which basically has the DLC there. Yeah, you still have around 2 days to check these deals here if you want to. And also Deus Ex, in this case Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. They are very cheap, dirty cheap here. $3 on the Human Revolution and basically $7 on the Mankind Divided with the DLC included. It has a season pass there also. Yeah, I think they are pretty good deals here all around. And I will wrap up with a plug on my Patreon. Maybe later today I will be also after the which episode, after the Prey episode. Maybe after that I will be able to manage to publish the Elden Ring that I streamed on Saturday, the VOD version, because I'm still finishing up that the YouTube finish up the rendering thing there to 4K to launch that the gameplay footage there. And yeah, basically that's it for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.